Good morning, everybody. It's Captain Adonis, and we are back in Kerbal Space Program playing the Ironman Kerbal career. This is Mahula Brothers Ironman, and what I mean by that is what I've done is I've labeled all of the Kerbals with names of people that play in the Mahula Brothers gaming server. They're most of them are YouTubers, and so you can check out their pages by just looking at their name, like Zanfan GMR, Mahula, Bill Beto, Elephant Crunch, Fragalot, PJ Dog 10 Mom. So they're all members. So what the Ironman series is if a Kerbal dies in a horrific space accident, then that's it. They can't come back. And so far, we've lost two brave Mahula Brothers people. We lost Space Junkie to a fiery crash because she was watching TV instead of watching for when she could deploy her parachute. And then Astro Girl just got a little too close to the ground, trying to get up into the mountains with a rocket to get some more science. So we lost a scientist and a pilot, but we brought in a new scientist. We brought in PJ Dog 10 Mom. She's our new scientist. We need to get her some experience here, and I believe some of our missions right now, we have 3 of them for ferrying tourists. So we are going to do that. We're just going to check, make sure we don't have any more tourist missions. Nope. And all of these missions here are ferrying people up into just suborbit flight. So it's a piece of cake to do. So it's just a way of gaining more money, more Kerbal Space bucks. And we definitely need that. So we're just going to bring in, we'll go ahead and bring in the Kaboom 2. And then maybe what we'll do is I found a way of making a science rover that's remote controlled, but the problem I ran into was the wheels that I currently have are not enough to go up a mountain. They're not powerful enough. So all I got to do is get into the mountain biome, so I'm thinking I might try that today too. But for right now, we'll bring in the Kaboom 2 and get some more money in our coffers. We got 637,000. This rocket is a 6,000 Kerbal dollar rocket, and when we put people into space, we're going to start off with our pilot Mahula. When we put people into space, it's right around 35,000. So sending 4 of them up there is a good thing. Now, I don't know if these are the 4 that need to do to complete the mission. We're just going to rotate through all of them. We'll get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So Mom, PJ Dog Mom, will be one of those, so she'll get experience for doing that. So let's just go to the launch. No, really, go to the launch. There we go. And we'll launch this guy up into space. Now, I'm using a solid rocket propellant booster as my main engine because with this configuration and weight, with the command capsule and the two-person capsules, it's more than enough to get them up to like 76,000 feet. And then I've got 3 parachutes on here that gently lower the craft back to Earth, provided you're not watching TV and not paying attention. So, sorry, junk. All right, our Mahula Brothers flag is flying in the background. SAS is on, and let's launch. So the nice thing about this is kind of a fire and forget type rocket. You don't touch anything, you just go straight up, hit suborbital flight, and then come right back down. So I like to stay with this until I run out of fuel, which is right here. And once I run out of fuel, then I'll stage that, and we'll just have the upper part and the capsule.
Let me out.
You're not in this one. You're not in this one yet, Zan.
Hi, Cap.
Mahula's flying this one. There we go. We'll stage. But I think on the roster, I think you're coming up next. So 26,000 feet. We're traveling pretty damn quick, almost 1,000 meters per second. We were at one point. So we will definitely hit orbit. We can take a look at the map.
Said, cool.
So yeah, we're going to hit 7569. So, 75,000 feet. 70,000 is suborbital flight. That's all you need. That's all the higher you need to be to actually create an orbit around the Earth. Or not Earth. Well, it kind of looks like Earth, but it's Kerbal. So we are just going to speed this up. There we go. And we're up almost to the apoapsis. Go take a look. They were just going straight up. Yeah, everybody's happy. Everybody's clapping. Nobody's really smiling, though. And now we're heading back down. So we'll fly straight back down. If you go up, you got to come down. We'll burn a little atmosphere. We get a little crooked here every once in a while, but it's not a big deal. But it comes right back down into retrograde.
Mahula
so not a big deal.
Said, you should wait until Twitch and Discord announce you.
I thought I did. I thought I had it. I got notification, I guess, that it was live. All right. So, and there's the chutes. All right. So we'll go ahead and speed that up. Go right back down to the ground. Yeah, I thought it had announced me. Because I got a notification on my phone that I went live. And that was from Twitch. I don't know, it's kind of like Blood Bowl, Mahula. With that glitch. I don't know what went wrong. All I know is there was only one person that had the problem anywhere on any of the tech bulletins. And it just said that the match was not complete. Because it didn't show the date. It didn't, you couldn't do anything with it. It was like it was still currently in match. So we'll just have to make sure Astro Girl's actually completing her matches, going through the whole, getting her money, because that kind of takes a second. Maybe she backed out. I don't know. Hard to say without actually having to see it. But I think it's a good idea. We should get her on, so she can stream if she can do it. I mean, I've watched a lot of streams where people don't talk at all, so very boring streams. But Zan, your freaking gif of the three cowboys killed me, man. Just killed me.
CAPN.
What's up, Captain?
Said, lol, yep.
That was awesome. I mean, that's got to be a kid's show, I think. But they're very patriotic, red, white, and blue, for cowboys. I damn near fell out of my seat. That was so funny. All right, so we're heading back down. For those of you who are watching this at a later time.
Said, no, it's a music video. Give sec, I'll look it up.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look it up.
El Papi _2023 said, Mahula Flynn.
So I've got several members of the Mahula family on board right now. El Papi is actually Bodyguard Bob. Mahula is on, and Zanfan's on. So Mahula's flying the rocket right now. Well, actually, he's just kind of drifting down with the rocket. But you see, you just got a new haircut. I guess, yeah. Got to be careful with that haircut, though, man. You'll have girls flaunting all over you, and you have a girlfriend. Of course, I think everybody goes to the same barber. It looks like. Oh, they were
Mahula
emulating
Brosink
you.
Said, "You have no idea, Cap."
Yeah, I do. You told me. You whispered it to me. I don't know why I stopped.
Mahula Brosink said, "Gel makes the difference too."
Oh, it's the gel. Well, you know,
Zanfeng
man's got to have a good
said,
hair gel.
Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
All right, we're almost on the ground here. Successful mission.
Mahula Brosink said, "It's the wet look."
The wet look. And we're down. All right, we'll recover the vessel, and we'll make another trip. We got 3 trips
Zanfeng
planned.
said, "There is the link to the VD Capit's Primus."
Okay, cool.
El Papi
take a
underscore
look.
2023 said, "Zan Majula."
All right. Let's see who's next in the roster now. We got to change up the pilot. Mahula always pilots.
said,
Bodyguard Bob and
"Hi,
then
Bob."
Zan. There you
Mahula
go.
Brosink said,
All right.
"Dear brother."
All right. So this one's all Bob. Bob's going to take up 4 tourists for us. Way to go, Bob. Bob's the next pilot in line.
Mahula Brosink said, "Bob the money maker."
Yep, got to have the money. The money's got to be there. All right, SAS is on and launch. Now I say SAS every time I launch. It's not for you guys. It's for me. I don't know how many times I've launched playing my other career mode and forgot to turn on SAS, and all of a sudden my rocket goes all wonky and flips out on me. So that's a stabilization feature that, as long as you've got a decent pilot with some experience, you'll have these little markers over here. And the first one that they get for just piloting their very first ship is the stability assist, which is the SAS. Then they get prograde and retrograde experience, but they're not going to get that until they do an orbit mission. Because just going, it's not like a regular multiplayer game with experience. The experience comes in stages. So just getting up in the atmosphere gives you half experience point, and then once you orbit, the first time you orbit is when you're going to get a full experience point, where you'll be level 1, and then you'll get your prograde and retrograde markers to follow. Because see, there's all these other different colored markers too, like that blue one. There's some squiggly purple ones. I mean, they're pretty cool. I have no idea what they all mean right now, because I'm learning as we go.
El Papi underscore 2023 said, "Let's see if I can crash thing."
Wow, Bob's got all their faces just going like crazy. I don't know if they're singing. Maybe they're singing Bob the Bodyguard song. I don't know. All right, I'm going to go back to normal time. I got to watch my surface speed. When it gets below 400, the parachute should be allowed to trigger. It'll turn from red to tan to gray. Once it hits gray, you can stage it. And there you go. All right, now we'll put it back on fast forward. So what I was told was that if you're on time warp here, it's some things don't necessarily happen. Now, I've watched that do it when I've done my orbit missions. I'll be perfectly aligned. He has his stability assist on, and everything's going great, and I hit time warp, and my capsule turns around, because if there's, I mean, it's vacuum of space, any little bit of movement and it'll keep moving that direction. But then as soon as you come back out of time warp, it turns the ship right back to the orientation it's supposed to, even though all during time warp it had the stability assist on, which I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's just a matter of the time warp. It doesn't handle the stability part of it correctly, but it will eat up your electric charge. So as long as you have SAS on, when he actually corrects and keeps the ship aligned, he will use up electric charge. Later on, you can put RCSs on him, and then you'll use up monopropellant rather than electrical charge. So in some of these first missions, if you don't have the RCS modules unlocked yet in science, you're going to have to do electric charge and use more solar panels and batteries.
This is the end for me, guys.
I don't know. I think you're coming down just fine. You're floating down at 5 meters a second. You bringing back all your passengers. You're making us some money. So as you see, some of them are checked off, some of them are not. That's because they were part of 2 separate missions. There was one to ferry 4 missions, one to ferry 6. Obviously, I'm not carrying 6, so it's going to go up in three batches. So this second batch is all tourists. The third batch will be 3 tourists, and then our scientist, PJ10 Dog Mom, or PJ Dog 10 Mom. One of the two. To be honest with you, I don't remember. PJ Dog 10 Mom. I think that's what it is. PJ Dog 10 Mom. Has to do with Ben 10. Her son really liked Ben 10. That's why she got 10 in her name. So she told me that story. All right, 800 feet. We're coming back down. I would like to get in another shot at trying to go to the mountain with our scientist, which would be PJ, which would be Mom. I want to land the ship over on the mountains to get more science from that biome. There's also a beach biome which I could run down. I could run my rover down there to the beach and get the beach biome science, and I could show you my new rover, remote control rover that I designed, which is actually kind of cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't like to go up hills very well. So, all right, Bob, you're floating down, and you are successful. Awesome job. Yay for Bob. All right, how much money we got now? 924. All right, so this next one might put us really close to the 1 mil mark. I went ahead and already did our research, which was a 0.5 mil. So we've built that 0.5 mil back up rather quickly. Let's look at missions here real quick. Oh, look at that. There's another ferry 4. We definitely want that one. Not seeing any ferry missions. So that's all right. Go back in. And now it's Zanfan's turn. Let's get Zanfan in the flying seat. Bodyguard Bob, Zanfan, and give you
El Papi _ 2023
and 3 tourists.
Said, I made it. Woot.
Yep, you did. Now this will give PJ Mom half of experience bar. Nobody's gotten experience yet because the first star is level 1, and then all the way up to, what do we got, level 5. So that would be an awesome pilot or person, whatever. So, but we do want everybody to have half, and this will give Mom half just by going into orbit. All right, so we got Zan driving now. So we could be saying goodbye to PJ Dog 10 Mom. Zan's a pretty good pilot. He teaches the Zanfan Sped Driving Rocketry class, 1995 at your nearest Walmart. SAS is on, and launch. So if you want to get in on that course, he'd be happy to teach you. 1995
said
from your local Walmart. He's also ex-army, so keep your daughters at home, I guess.
Zanfeng Emma said teach it noose. Zanfeng Emma said nude dome.
Right? Too funny. So this is guys, if you're playing the career mode, this is a really easy way to make a lot of money quick. Science and money are the two most important things in this game. With science, you can go into every biome. There's like a desert biome. There's a sandy shore biome. There's a mountain biome. There's foothills. There's grasslands. There's all these different biomes you can go to, and each one of them you can do all the sciences on. You can observe the goo. You can barometric pressure. You can temperature, and observe the science junior. Now that's the starting ones. Later on, I guess there's like a seismic activity one. I don't have that yet. You have to unlock it, and that's future science. So, but right now, that's the only way to get science. So we've gone up into orbit and back down. Looks like we've succeeded in a few missions here. As soon as we start hitting atmosphere, I'll slow it down so I can deploy shoot. There we go. I'll slow her down.
El Papi _2023 said, would love to do this in real life.
Bob, you are young enough. It's a possibility for you. I don't think I'm going to see it, but I was talking to my son. I was showing him the GS-18 launch, and I was watching it live, just like the other day, the SpaceX launch. And I told him to come out to the living room, and I showed him on the big screen where the main stage came back down and landed. I said, I just looked at him and said, you know what?
Said, yeah, would love to have been able to.
I just looked at him and said, you know what? This is your future. This guy is creating your future right here, this Elon Musk. You're going to be able to, if nothing else, if not you, or maybe your kids, but with the way Elon's flying, I'm going to say you're going to be able to, if you have enough money, go to the moon and do a moonwalk and go to the moon hotel, because he's talking about it. Because the moon's the first, the way I understood it is the first stepping stage. Bob's big into SpaceX too, so he can help me out here, but the moon is a big stepping stone to going to Mars. And Mars will be the first time we colonize that we'll be an interplanetary species.
Said,
that's huge.
So you go and get the first Neuralink.
Well, I don't know. The Neuralink, when I watched that, it was for specific cases, but I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Because he's one of those people, if he's developing it, I trust it. Because he is really adamant about sharing AI with everybody. He is very opposed to letting the government or certain corporations control something.
Said, no, he said his end goal was to link everyone to compete with AI.
Right.
El Papi _2023 said, Elon for president. Table
right.
Here.
If he could, technically I don't think he can because he wasn't a born natural citizen. I think only born natural citizens can become presidents. But that being said, I won't get into that political debate. He's actually from South Africa.
Said, that would be correct.
And a Canadian immigrant. He moved from South Africa to Canada and then to here. But, I suppose I could have sped this up. But yeah, I would totally put him in charge. He's a little flaky. I mean, you can tell by his speech, he's always constantly, you can see the gears turning in his head 24/7. He's like an Einstein that uses more than 13% of his brain, or like our youth who use more than 2% of their brain. And Zan knows exactly what I'm talking about kids only using 2% of their brain. So, yeah, there's that. But you're going to see it. I'm hopefully I will see um, us put down on Mars. That I'll be old enough that I won't be dead. That I'll be able to see the Mars landing. That would be like the epitome of my entire life. I'd love to see that. We become an interplanetary species. But we'll see. He's shooting. What did he say, Bob? 2025, 2026. He wants to put people on there. I think that's what he said. But he's missed his dates before. He sets lofty goals and then but that's a good thing. Set a goal that nobody can achieve and then try to get to it. And you get closer than if you would set a medium goal and achieve that medium goal. That's a huge philosophy.
I find the idea of being able to access information on the fly. Have so many ideas on long-term travel and I can see it.
Yeah. I don't know that I would go ahead and do the implant. But it is a step in the right direction. I said it before. What's after cell phones? Let's just have something that's embedded in your ear that you can talk to all the time. Have that information flash into the back of your eyeball or something. You can surf the web just by looking. Then there was that whole augmented reality guy over in India who actually would project the internet with a projector screen off a necklace hanging around his neck. And he could use a piece of paper, you could use a newspaper, you could use a wall to surf the internet. You didn't have to have an iPad or a phone or anything like that. And you could actually make phone calls. That's the kind of cool stuff, but then Sony snagged him up. He gave up. Instead of doing it himself, he gave in to one of the corporations. They bought him up, and now we won't see it for 20 years because they want to control the pace at which it comes out. So instead of getting a car that does 100 miles to the gallon, we get a car that does all the stages in between. All right. Nice job, Zan. Good landing. All right. And we broke the 1 million mark. See? Awesome. All right. Let's see. We do have one more group. We could take them up or we could try the science. Let's see. I've been streaming for 30 minutes. Let's take one more group up. Let me look and see if we got any more. Test. No more. Oh, there's 5 tourists. All right. Suborbital. All right. But we'll do one more group.
Said, would you be able to access your adrenaline glands? Individual muscles. It's all controlled with the mind. Maybe even recovery.
Yeah, right. All right, there you can see Mom got her half experience bar. Yay, Mom. All right, Zanfan was that pilot. Bill Beto is going to pilot this one. And we will do 1, 2, 3, 4 tourists. That'll leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tourists for next time. Let's go ahead and launch this. And then I want to take our scientist and try to get into the
Mahula
mountain biome.
Said,
get some more research.
Okay there, Ben. At Zanfang MR.
All right, SAS launch. There we go. Hey, I'm all about being a cyborg. I can do that. They got exoskeleton suits being produced right now for the military. Being able to lift, many, many pounds, and it's a lightweight frame you wear. Makes you run faster and lift more things.
Zanfang MR said, I would say a more sword art than Bane.
Yeah, right? I'm all for mech warrior suits too. I think that would be cool. Having Ed 209 walking around downtown. I'm kidding. I would like to drive one. Maybe even do some BattleBot. I mean, who wouldn't want to go get in a mech warrior? I mean, that's just like, it's like shooting a gun. Yeah, you may be against it, but it's fun. I don't know how many anti-gunners I've taken up shooting.
As long as there was something would get rid of my belly and I can eat all I want. Zanfeng MR said, I would dream of more full dive system. I think that is why I find sword art so cool.
Yeah. All right, look at those happy faces Bill Beto's making everybody scream with joy. Or terror. I don't know, that's kind of a terror.
At Mahula Brosync, could you turn off the gene itself with the Neuralink?
Well, I don't know if you guys looked at SpaceLink at all. Neuralink is for the person. But SpaceLink he's putting up like 6,800 satellites in low Earth orbit. That's why there's so many, and he's going to give free internet to everybody.
Your Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet. Well, half of these ideas that he's coming up with are based off of the movies he watched. So, but he's talking about to bettering mankind. Though he's going to throw up SpaceLink and put up 6,800 satellites all over the place. He's already been approved for 1,500 of them, and he's already launched like 800, or something like that. I don't remember, but because they're lower Earth orbit, the transmission speed time is faster than what we have with our current satellite internet. Because that's the only reason why nobody uses satellite internet, is because it's so freaking slow. The lag time is incredible. Well, that's because it's going out there like a million miles.
I used to ride in a chopper that was capable of providing net for people I flew over in the military.
Yeah. Use the helicopter as a satellite. So what he's doing is he's putting these up there at like, 50,000 feet or something. I don't remember what the heck it was. He's putting it up there very shallow. But when you do that, you don't cover a wide as range. But he's looking at giving internet to everybody by doing this. Everywhere in the world would be connected.
They're huge.
Yeah. So people like, North Korea, where, the government is saying, no, you can't look and see what everybody else in the world is doing. We want you to be closed off and only listen to what we're telling you is out there. Well, now they'll have access to it. They just have to have a device capable of connecting to it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's going to lead to a global world.
Said AFK.
Right. We're heading towards that whole Star Trek unification global world thing. Global world government instead of these dictators. Man, I've been watching a lot of stuff on North Korea lately, and it's just, I feel sad for them. I really do.
Said, this is where you should have your geek podcast.
Yeah, right? No, I'm not. I don't have that much knowledge on it. I enjoy learning about it, but I don't know. This is one of those things, you sitting around on a Saturday, nothing to do. I did go see the Lion King on Saturday. The new Lion King was my daughter, so that was unique. I was really shocked and surprised to hear people in the movie theater go, man, they really had those animals under control. It's like my daughter and I looked at each other like, they don't realize it's all CGI? They thought they were real animals. No, it's all CGI. So, yeah, that was funny. But it's a good show. It's the exact same, plot story as the first one. So don't expect anything different. It's just they're doing incredible CGI. It was literally, guys, if you haven't seen it, just go watch it just for the CGI. It was amazing. I mean, you could see the hairs on their back move when they breathe, and it was, the only thing I was disappointed in is Timon and Pumbaa do their little
said,
Mahula.
That is what will make it good.
Yeah, they do their little hula dance, to get the attention of the hyenas, and they didn't do that song. I was totally disappointed. But there was this little girl in front of us. She was about 8 to 10 years old, and the Hakuna Matata song came on. Oh my God, she stood up and started dancing in the aisle. It was hilarious. I mean, that made the movie right there. Brought a tear to my eye. All right, way to go, Bill Beto. Another successful mission.
Mahula
All right.
Brosink said, we're in the generation of the reboot.
Yeah, I know. All right, we're 30 minutes into this, so I'm going to take this next opportunity. We were just over 1 million. Now we're at 1.1, so it's 1.5, 150,000 almost to do for 4 people. So if you want to make money, it's the way to do it. But I think we'll leave our last tourist to we're going to try our science vehicle again. Good old Science 1. Now, it actually works. The rocket's fine. I just mispiloted. So, we have all the science on board with it, right? Yeah, it's all inside. 2 goo containers. Yep, okay. And then there's the Science Junior. It's got landing struts. All right. We're staged right. Yeah, so let's just go in and remove Mahula as pilot, and we'll put our scientist. Hopefully we won't kill off another woman, because so far all I've killed is women. And we want to hit the mountains over there. I did this successfully on my other career mode game. I just got to be patient. I can't do SAS because it's just not available. I think I went about there, launched, and then I got to wait till I build up speed to start turning towards the mountains, which are over there. Oops. Okay, she's turning a little bit herself. Increase speed.
Zanfeng said, couldn't you add wings?
You could. I don't want to be going too fast.
Zanfeng said, somebody play Terratech with me lol.
See, we're only at 3,600 feet. Okay, I'm gaining a little bit here.
Zanfeng said, what do you have to it?
I think I'm going to run out of fuel before I get there.
Zanfeng said, nice and level.
Alright. Here's the thing. I got to hit the mountains just right. I'm starting to dive down. I can't stage parachutes. The staging of the parachutes is what's gonna... Because right now, I believe I'm still over...
Zanfeng said, dude, you're going need shoot.
Yeah. I don't think... I am... over the mountain, though. Alright, let's extend. I think if I do a crew report, I'm going to find that I am...
Zanfeng
Oh, well, I'm over the Highlands.
said, launch a rocket with drivable car, then drive there.
Yeah, that's a lot harder than it's, a lot harder than you think. So, let's open the door. Let's get our goo out. Our other goo. While we drift down here, let's get our thermometer and our barometric. So because we're over the Highlands, that's a new one. So we're going to log temperature, save it, log pressure. Oh,
Zanfeng
apparently I don't need that.
said,
Let's check out
is
a
it
goo.
Navy goo?
Yeah, I think so. Observe. Nope. All right. So we'll wait till we actually land. Oh, I don't need those anymore. So we will land in the Highlands. We're still in the Highlands.
Zanfeng said, the Kerbals and go together okay.
Yeah, I should be. Oh, I bet you I can do an EVA real quick before we land. EVA. EVA report. There we go. There's 11 science. And get back in, Mom. There we go. And she's back in. All right, cool. So then we'll be able to do an EVA report once we're on the ground.
That's how you kill M.
Yeah, I know. But you got to take the risks every once in a while. You know, you do the EVA. Unfortunately, I didn't put any ladders going down, so she can't get back up once she gets out to reset her science experiments. So, because I need to reset the barometric pressure. All right, boom, we are on the ground. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do a goo. There's 6. Do another goo, because you can do 2 goos in one area. Let's observe. And
Zanfeng
log pressure.
said, they don't have jets.
And do an EVA. And I don't know if I'm close enough to reset. Take data. Yep, good. Okay, log temperature. There we go. And I can't. Oh, yeah. Go back inside. Alright, before I tip over, because I'm sliding down the hill, can I reset these? And then do them one more time? I think I'm just redoing what I've already done, because I didn't take them. So that's alright. That's good for science right there. So let's recover the vessel. We got really close to getting to the mountain. Now, as you can see, getting to the mountain is going to be a real pain in the butt, too, because if I'm sliding on the Highlands, I'm going to be really sliding on the mountains. I'd like to get it down to where I can land softly on the mountains, and I can pick my own area, but I've got to practice that. So we're at 163 science. That's awesome. And Mom made it back successfully. I didn't kill her. All right, so let's see. We've got a little bit of time, I think. Yeah, we got about 15 minutes. So let's go in and create my rover, and we'll drive it down. We'll do a science rover. I think I actually already created it. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Nope, those are the science cars. Okay. So I will, that's because I wanted to do it here. So we're going to create a science vehicle, and this is a remote operated science vehicle. So we're going to use the Stay Put Nick. So if you look at these, it actually says there's remote pilot assist available, which is awesome. And then we're going to go to, I found the cheapest one to do here is structurally. Grab one of these and put one on each side. Then take another one. I just want one. Put it there. Let's see, did I do a second one? I did. Did a second one back here. Just like that. Because what I did here, and the reason I'm doing this is because the wheels are going on the outside edge here, and these are the Rovomax wheels, which do 10 kilometers. Let's see, where was that? Yeah, motor max speed is 12 meters per second. So we'll put one here, and then one set here. And we're going to put on Science. So, Science Junior, I'm just going to stick on the top up here. Whoops. I only want one. There we go. Still stick the Science Junior up there. And then we need barometric pressure. See, how did I do this before? I think I did it like this, and then thermometer, and then I actually did an antenna right down here, and then 2 goo containers. That's what the other thing was. So we had those. Right there. So it kind of looks like a bug. So there's my science bug when you're looking at it at the front. Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, and then I had to give it some power because I didn't want to run out of power.
Zanfeng.
Oh man, I don't have...
I like it.
Yeah. So we're going to call this the science bug. We got to go get a solar panel though. Apparently I don't have solar panels unlocked, so we're going to go back before we launch it and use up some of our science and get solar panels. And that is right here, solar panels. That's going to cost me 90. So now we can go back in and put a couple of solar panels on there. That way the battery, there's a 10 amp, I think it's 10. Yeah, I think it's 10. Oh, power. And then I just put these, I put 2 of them on right here. Moved them out to the sides. That seemed to charge pretty well. So there it is. I mean, it runs off battery. You could throw another battery pack on it. You got these bigger battery packs too. It's not necessary. Well, let's see. How much is this costing me? This is $7,200 and this is another 80. Good enough. We'll put 1 battery pack on. That'll give us like 50 battery power. So there, $7,300. Let's save it. And the wide wheelbase here keeps it from tipping over and blowing up if you're traveling at max speed of 10. It says 12, but it doesn't really do 12. So let's go ahead and launch the science bug. We're going to run it down to the beach and gather science. All right, and there's our little science bug. So you just move forward. There we go. And as you can see, as you're doing this, see you're using electrical charge. As you're going, you bring up a wheel, and you'll see this is the motor right here. It'll run down to nothing. Once it's down to nothing, it means that you used all the speed you can for the motor, and that puts you right around 10 meters per second. It goes really slow after that. You can get, 10.5, but we're just going to run right down the runway all the way to the beach. That's the closest. But see, unlike my rocket car, if you go too fast and you turn, you would have flipped. So I can make some radical turns. That's that wider wheelbase. And of course it's solar powered, so it's only going to work at night. So as long as you don't turn or anything, then the battery starts charging back up. So I've got 110 on my battery, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and get our science stuff locked down. Goo container. Goo container.
Zanfangmar said, "Lol, ada jet."
No, that's. I suppose I could. You could. Let's drive up here. This is a little smoother. Whoa! Get behind it. There we go. I suppose you could. You could add a jet and make it go faster. I don't know if the wider wheelbase will help. But it couldn't hurt either, right? I mean, it could. All right, so what do I got? I got pressure, I need temperature. So where's my thermometer? Right there. All right, there we go. Oh, lock that down. I want to stay on the runway. It's just faster travel down to the beach. As right now I'm going a max of 10.2. I suppose I could speed up time as I'm doing this. Oh,
said,
yeah, see?
When was playing, I made a drivable that I could take to moon and drop it off. Love this game.
Hey, I put it on high speed and my back wheels blew up. All right, so let's log, see if I got anything here. No science. I've already done it on the runway. I don't know that I observed. Well, there's 3 science. We can't make it go without getting something out of it, right? Oops. I got 1.4 out of that goo. There we go. We'll save that. All right. So let's recover this. We'll start over, and then this time I won't do max time warp. See, the time warp, that's what I was talking about earlier. The time warp can be really detrimental. I wasn't doing anything different. I wasn't, changing anything, but it's just the fact that it goes so fast. I don't know if the computer doesn't keep up or what the deal is, but I would love to get this vehicle up into the mountains. Now, there is better wheels, but that comes further on down the line with more science, and it's way out there. So there's no way I'm getting it there. There's no way. I'd have to spend a ton of science just to get the good wheels.
Fly it.
To go up the mountain. See, and I thought of that too. So I'm experimenting right now on my other one where I've got rocket jets that I can take off and hover, and then hover over there, but I can't control it.
Use thrust.
Yeah. I've thought of these things. It's just right now they're not practical. So, well, at least I haven't figured it out yet. There's going to be, helicopter blades and propeller blades and that kind of stuff later on down the road. But for right now, I don't have access to that science because it is career mode. So there's my bug. I could transmit the science, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, let's put this over on the side. All right, my motor's about maxed out. I'm doing 10.4. Ooh, I'm flying. I do like the idea of putting the rockets on there, though, Zan, but then I think you run the risk of blowing up.
Said, build lander with wheels.
Well, yeah, but I don't have the wheels because I don't have the science for it. So, if you don't have the science, you're not going to get it. It's the next, 190 over, and so I'd have to buy the next upgrade of the research and development building in order to get it, which costs money, but then I'd have to have the science to unlock it, and I just don't have the science to unlock anything yet. Because the next step, realistically, in this whole career mode, I mean, it's kind of guided, is once I've done all the atmosphere stuff, is to go back and do orbiting. I'd make a ton of money on orbiting, and there's science for orbiting because there's a low, medium, and high orbit. So you can set those and then get science off each one. So realistically, that's the way you want to do it, is in steps. You don't want to advance too fast, too quickly, because then you miss out on all the other science. Because once your tourist missions, once you orbit, you lose all your suborbit tourist missions. And while the orbit missions are more expensive, you get more money, not a lot more for what you have to do to achieve orbit. So you have to have a bigger ship, you have to have a better ship in order to achieve orbit. It's a little more technically, the first time you pilot it, none of your pilots have the experience for it. So what you want to do is get one pilot, you manually fly him up there, get it in orbit, and then he will have the experience to do prograde and retrograde, and then ferry all of the other pilots up there and get them to get the experience, so all your pilots have that experience. If that makes sense. And I'll show you later on, further episodes, we'll definitely be showing you that. All right, so off the runway. I don't think there's actually like a crew report with this. Yeah. So I don't know what biome I'm actually in. Oh! Okay. I didn't realize there was that sharp drop, and I just blew my front wheels off. All right. So, yeah. Let's see. Where are we at? We're at KSP, and I've already done all these. So that was disappointing. 0.3, 0.7. Well, there's one. Okay, so very careful coming down the runway. Slow down. I was really close to the beach too. There's the beach right there. It's just right there. All right. Well, recover the craft. That's how, these aren't meant for high speed race car driving, these wheels. All right, so what I'm talking about, I'll just show you really quick. So the best wheels are right here in field science, which is another building upgrade. And in order to get it, you got to have 300. Is that what that says? Yeah, 300 science just to unlock that one. Now, I haven't unlocked this one yet, so there's another 160. So I have to unlock this one in order to unlock this one. So realistically, I'm looking at 460 science just to get the better wheels, which are... Oh, no, wait, that's not it. It's down here. It's down here by the... There it is, field science.
Slacken.
Yeah. So it's field science. So it's even worse, because these are the wheels you want right here. So if you look at these, they got a max speed of 34, which is awesome. That'd be really quick. Nice, Rover Max tires there. But in order to get that, like I said, that's field science, which is this one. I have to have this one unlocked and this one unlocked. So not only the 300, but I got to have, 320 more to unlock these two. So you're talking over 600 science just to get the better wheels to go get better science. So it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So let's see, material studies. So this is where you can come and look to see where you've actually done those particular like temperature scans and atmospheric pressure. See, the atmospheric pressure, I'm missing like 4 of them that the temperature didn't have. And then, of course, the material studies. So you look through here. Okay, I did the admin, I did the astronaut complex, blah, 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 blah. KSP, launch pad, R&D facility, runway, VAB, I did flying, and in space. And then all the ones on the ground. So I haven't done Highlands. I thought we got Highlands already. Why is the material study Highlands? Didn't we do that when we landed the rocket? Upper atmosphere. Oh, there, Highlands, right there. Highlands and grasslands. Those are the only 2 we have. So we'll go down to the beach. We'll get a complete set of records for all of it because I'm sure I haven't done temperature from the beach. Highlands, grasslands, upper atmosphere. I did it from the water. See, I still got to do a sample from the water. So you can get really lost really quick. There's temperature from grasslands, highlands, shores. I've already done temperature on the shores and temperature in the water. So that's why the temperature's the most. Atmospheric pressure, upper atmosphere. What I should do is make a Excel spreadsheet and list all these out. Then I can see which ones are actually missing, and then I can send to them. So anyway, let's go back. Let's do this one last time while we have time left on our stream. We're a little over an hour, but I want to go down to the shore. That's my goal. I got to complete it. Got to complete the goal for the day. The mission of the day is to go down to the shores and get science, but drive very carefully. Hey, I'm just glad it's only wrecking wheels. Usually when it explodes, the Science Junior goes and everything else. So, all right. Science Junior, get up here, locked in. Goo container. Goo container. Pressure. Temperature. All right. So one of the other things, guys, that I've been recently, and the only reason I bring this up is because my wife is actually doing this right now. Oops. Let's get back on track here. We bought an air fryer. My son bought an air fryer. And if you have not used an air fryer, you are missing out on life. I'm telling you. It is awesome. I've been watching a bunch of videos on YouTube on air fryer recipes. I was very, very skeptical about it when we got it. I was like, there's no way it's cooking food. But basically, it's just a convection oven. And it bakes everything.
Said, we have one.
Do you use it a lot? I made
Mahula
pizza with it the other day.
I have an air fryer oven toaster. Haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
Zanfangama said, makes some really good fried chicken.
Yes, it does. Really good fried chicken. I want to try ribs in it. We did a London broil in it. Turned out fantastic. It was probably one of the best tasting London broils I'd ever had in my life. We did 2, and the second one, I think we just overcooked it, so it wasn't as tender. But the first one, oh my God, it was absolutely fantastic. But the convection oven is different than the air fryer. The air fryer is a completely sealed in unit, and it's got a higher fan speed. And I mean, it takes, like a baked potato normally in the oven takes what would you guys say, hour to cook really nice, you know? No, in the air fryer it takes 20 to 30 minutes depending on how crunchy you want the outside shell. I mean, it's, oh god, it is so good. My son tried, you tried pizza the other day, didn't you?
Zanfangema said.
He did one of those little...
doc appointment him now eating like freaking rabbit, blah.
He, that sucks. Sorry for you. So I'm just going to keep talking about food that you can't eat then. He cooked one of those little frozen Tony pizzas in there, and he said it was really good. So, you know, it's you got to learn little things on what will cook, what won't. Like, I watched one lady, she made a breakfast casserole. I think it would have been a lot faster to make the breakfast casserole in the oven because she'd open it up in the middle and it wasn't quite done. You know, so it still had raw egg in it. I don't know. She didn't really talk on her videos, so it was hard to tell where she was at with it. All right, I'm gonna move out here onto the grass so I don't have that lip to drop off. Got a little one here. Woohoo! I'm flying. 11.6.
Slow down. El Papi _ 2023.
Oh no, I got it.
Said,
I'm a Navy driver.
Oh, sorry, Zan.
I'm a Navy driver. I know how to do this. You always hit the waves at an angle. Jeez, what do you Army guys know? Of course, I'm sure you guys got to learn how to drive a Humvee. Do they practice like rock climbing your Humvees? Anything like that? I was going to ask you about that. Because you'd think, you know, you get up there in Afghanistan and you got to drive around in the road, no roads.
Said, commercial driver, thank you very much.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you know how to drive in over boulders and rocks in the mountains. That just means you can drive big heavy loads out on the interstate without killing all the soccer moms out there. But yeah, no, the commercial license is a good thing to get, but I don't think that teaches you how these guys rock climb in the Jeeps and stuff. All right, so it looks like we got another incline. So I'm going like 13.
El Papi _ 2023 said, where'd you drive on water?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm on the beach yet or not. So let's just do a stop here and open the materials bay and see where we're at.
Mahula Bro Sink said, that's
material
beach.
Study from KSB.
Zanfangema
No,
said,
it's not beach yet.
I drove a commercial bus in the middle of the desert jumping from one rock to another and Capim country surf has wheels. I probably had it airborne at one time or another.
But was it intentional? I mean, I've driven by accident too. All right, let's see.
Mahula Bro Sink.
Now we're still on KSC.
Hashtag hang time.
Right? All right, I wonder if I have to go down that direction to get to the beach. Get a little closer. I'm afraid if I go into the water, I'm not going to be able to come back out. But I've been down to the beach before on my other game, my other career mode. See, I'm thinking I have to go up here. I don't know. I figured I'd be at the beach already. This would be the beach, but it keeps saying it's on the actual Kerbal space pad. All right, let's try it here. There we go, Kerbal Shores. I'm at the beach. Some of the electronics are because of the water spray.
Zanfang said, the heavier Humvee you really don't want him jumping everywhere, and most infantry do not want to be in a vehicle on patrols.
Yeah, well, it's like you got really nice seats, don't you? Alright, so there's all of the science that I can do down here. So there it is, guys.
Zanfang said, lol.
So let's reset it, reset it, reset it. So I can't reset these. But now I'm going to drive out into the water just a little bit, see if I can get a water data. Alright, I'm in the water. Let's see if it says we're in the water. Nope, it still says I'm on the shores. Oh, you know what? I think I have to transmit this. If I transmit it, though,
said, how are you moving? Drive wheels.
If I transmit the data, I don't think I get as much.
Zanfang said, drove a Jeep yesterday. Screw every other vehicle out there. Give me a Jeep. We're preparing for Montana.
There you go. So see, I only get half the science if I transmit it. So it's not worth transmitting. I think it's worth recovering it and coming back and doing it again.
Mahula
so
said,
I'm going to recover the
talk
vehicle.
to Bob about Jeep.
Yeah, Bob's a big Jeep fanatic.
Zanfang said, yeah, we were talking. El Papi _2023 said, water data equals flooded engine. Zanfang
especially electric.
said, lol.
Alright, there was 20-some science right there. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to call that a mission. You got to see the science bug. We'll have to try to get up into the highlands. I think I can do that with the bug. Maybe we'll do that on the next mission, or next episode.
I think there is mod that adds sub-pieces.
You know, I don't know. It's a rocket, right? If it can go up in space, you'd think it can go underwater. But getting up into the mountains might be another whole story. But I did get I did get the highlands already. I got all the science from the highlands when I sent my rocket up there with PJ Dog Tin Mom. So, there's desert biomes and that kind of stuff, but I'm going to have to search the planet for it. And I think I can do that from the tracking station. Yeah. See, we are right here. And I think this is desert right here. If not, I know this is desert. So I'd have to fly west and land in the desert over here, which I think I'd have to do with a rocket. So I may just make a bigger rocket and kind of do that whole thing and try to get over
asterisk, here. Asterisk, asterisk.
So, all right, guys. I'm going to call that an episode right here. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you're not on the stream right at the moment and you're watching this later, please go back and hit like and subscribe on Twitch and on YouTube.
El Papi _2023.
We always love
said,
that.
Hash, hash, hash.
So, as always, this is Captain Adonis, and I am out.